Hey everyone, I'm AlleyCat. Research for my next video essay is taking a while, and it's also going to be a bit of a doozy tone-wise, so I want to do a fun one in between. Have you heard of a guy on YouTube called Any Austin? If not, you should check him out. He does this video series where he looks at different video game towns and determines their unemployment rates, and it's very entertaining. However, the first video in the series is about Clocktown from Majora's Mask. And as a Majora's Mask aficionado, I have a couple problems with his assessment. There are a couple people marked improperly, a couple people who should be marked not applicable, and this man. So without further ado, let's start at the beginning. The first three people are spot on, but the guy yelling at the poster is a weird one. He's obviously dressed like a construction worker, but he stands around yelling at a poster all day, and he continues to do so for all 3 days. However, there's a clue we can glean from his dialogue on day 3. He says he's Master Muto's apprentice. Master Muto is the boss of all the construction workers. So here's my proposal. That kid who stands around on top of the construction all day isn't exactly doing much work either. And they're both apprenticed to the same guy. If this guy is unemployed, so is this kid. If this kid is employed, so is this guy. We have to use the same standard for both. My opinion is they're both employed. I don't have any fancy graphics for this, but this should do. After the whole thing about child labor, he mentions
The lady who comes through here
and that she
works in a different district.
She doesn't. She's the owner of the bomb shop. That's what it says in the bomber's notebook, at least. Now there's also Sakon the thief, but he doesn't live in Clocktown, he lives in Akana Canyon, and he sells his ill-gotten goods to the Curiosity Shop. Since he doesn't live here, I'm gonna say he's NA. Alright, next up, Guru, the guy who plays the music box. At first, Austin acknowledges he works with the dancers in the Gorman troupe, but later he decides he's unemployed because he used to work for a different troupe and left. The troupe with the animals is not the Gorman troupe, which he works for now. He was unemployed, but he is not currently unemployed. He doesn't count because he works with the Gorman troupe who don't count. Oh, and by the way, since we're talking about people at the inn, how about this creepy motherfucker? He lives inside the inn's toilet. Yes, this is a person, not a disembodied hand. The bomber's notebook says so. The thing is, I doubt he's paying rent in there. He's definitely not employed, he just sifts through the human waste and collects whatever valuables he finds. He's absolutely unemployed. Now on to this man. Who is this man? Hey everybody, we're here in Balmora. We're gonna get a sense of the local economy. The city's kind of sectioned off into two sides, the river in the middle. So I think I'm gonna do the west side here first, then I'll go over and do the east side. Lamarwind lore. I don't really need that. What do you do? I'm a pauper of the humble small folk. It sounds like you are unemployed. When times are hard, I must hope for the charity of nobles. I mean, sounds like you're unemployed to me. Oh shit, I forgot. The Happy Mask salesman. Yeah, he's not from Termina, he's from Hyrule. He doesn't live here, so he doesn't count. And Tingle doesn't live in Clocktown either. He lives out in the swamp with his dad. And Cafe is currently a child, because he was turned into a child by the Skull Kid, so he shouldn't have counted. That said, even if we're saying that age regression magic doesn't accept you from being expected to work, he's currently in hiding and being referred to as a missing person. I don't think the state expects people who are missing, possibly presumed dead, to pay taxes. I think he's NA. Just saying. I guess I should also mention Link. No, not that Link. This one. He's not from here. He just stays at the inn, but since you have the same name as him, you can steal his reservation and he has to sleep on the street. He's from somewhere else, so he doesn't count. I just figured I should mention him. The old man with the telescope is probably employed by the state. That's some valuable infrastructure he's inhabiting, and I doubt they just let him stay there for free. So he probably gets paid to do astronomy and stuff. You gotta support the sciences, you know? What am I forgetting? Oh, the banker! Who the fuck is the banker? Nobody in town ever refers to him. He's just called the banker. How does he make money? He doesn't give loans. That's the way banks usually make money. In fact, it seems like he'd be losing money. I mean, if you assume all the money you gave him goes away when the day resets, he keeps giving you money he doesn't have. Wait, the stamp he gives you doesn't show how much you gave him. He just remembers. He remembers how much money you gave him in other timeline. Does he go back in time with you? How does he keep the money then if you lose it? Is he some kind of supernatural being? Does he even experience linear time? Wallow Manor. Oh. Well, I've definitely not been in here. But there appears to be a dead body on the ground. I don't know what happened to him. Raylan Halano? Follow? Had extravagant things. Well, I'm not going to steal from the dead, but I do need to figure out if there's anybody else in this house.
My time
Hey.
is precious, so make it quick.
Do you know anything about that dead guy? Raylan Halano employed me for years. Okay. What will you do now? You apply for a new job, and probably apply for unemployment. What was I talking about? The banker. The rupees are always departing, but they never arrive. And the ones that do arrive, they never leave. He's always full. He's always... Wait. No. No, it can't be. He can't be.
Excuse me, princess.
This feels like forbidden knowledge, but it fits. It fits almost too well. He wears green. He uses the Link from the cartoon's catchphrase. He can see an invisible stamp, almost like he has a lens of truth, maybe? He remembers how many rupees you gave him, even through time resets, and when you talk to him on the third day, he seems completely unfazed by the moon falling, almost like he knows he won't be harmed because he can just time travel away. He tells you not to worry either because he knows you can time travel too. And who else in the entire Legend of Zelda series can time travel? It's just Link. It's only ever Link. He's the hero of time. Yeah, his hair's a different color, but hair dye exists, and look at his model. It's red at the tips and gets brown at the top. Almost like someone who dyed their hair red a while ago, and now it's growing out brown. Link in the cartoon had brown hair. Okay, here's my theory, right? The banker is a Link from a different timeline, or dimension, that was destroyed. He lost most of his equipment and had to set up Intermina from scratch, but he still had the ability to manipulate time. He used this power to become the ultimate banker, taking people's money and going back in time to before they ever deposited. Basically an infinite money glitch, right? When the moon started falling, he figured he was going to have to step up and save the day like he used to, but then this dimension's Link showed up. So he decided to maintain his cover and help out the kid as best he could. I mean, do you think he just gives out wallets to anyone who saves 200 rupees? I don't think so. If your question is, why doesn't he just give you all his stuff to help? Well, first of all, he has to maintain his cover. If he frames his assistance as rewarding you for saving enough money, he can help you out without revealing that he's actually from another dimension. And secondly, what if you fail? If you die, then he has to save Termina. And if he gives you all his stuff and you die with it, where does that leave him? He's the backup plan. Basketball timeline? No. Banker timeline. Anyway, what were we talking about again? Oh, yeah, employment. Yeah, I guess he's employed.
Alley Cat Blues.
Thanks for watching my dumb, fun little video. If you're wondering what the unemployment rate of Clocktown is with my corrections, it's... Shit, I forgot to calculate that. Why don't we have a fun game in the comments and see who can correctly calculate it first? Anyway, if you liked this video, please give it a like and maybe even comment that you liked it. If you want me to make more videos in the future, please drop me a few bucks on Patreon. Like, any money at all. Seriously, it's getting kind of hard to justify the amount of effort I'm putting into these when I'm not getting anything out of them. Especially since I have a full-time job and I'll be starting school soon. Even getting a couple dollars a month would make it worth it. As a little incentive for you, I'll be uploading the full Balmora unemployment video for patrons only next week. I would have done it today, but I'm still waiting on something to get finished. So, next week. Alright, that's it for me. Stay safe out there, and have a good night.